I've been working today, guys. I only got 2 hours left on my 14, and I still got some loads to go. And I hate this new time change, guys. This time change is crazy. Whew. But this video is about I want people to really know the honest truth, man. The honest truth about this trucking. When you first get out here, I'm just letting you know, when you first get out here as a new driver, I know you looking to make 90 to 85. You can make that if you stay out the whole year. If you stay out the whole year, you can make that. I see a guy made that. He made 90. He made, it was like 98,000, something like that. But he stayed out the whole year. That was his first year. But you gotta remember, your first year is your learning year. If you coming home every week, or you come home every week or 3 weeks out of the month, whatever, this is your learning year. And you gotta remember, when you come to Maverick, what you coming with your CDL or you coming without your CDL, you still gotta go through training. You gotta go through orientation, you gotta go through securement, then you gotta go on training trail for a minimum 3 weeks. Hopefully you stay on training trail minimum 3 weeks. It depends on how you do. But if you come in and you try to get your CDL Maverick, you stay in there longer. So you gotta think about, you ain't got them months, you know, so you just getting training pay. You just getting training pay. And that's, you know, that's your salary for that whole year. Well, your thing, you're not no salary, but your growth pay for the whole year gonna be less because you got less than no months, you know. And you also gotta remember too, man, when you also gotta build that endurance up. You might be splitting time with your trainer because you might be tired, and you knew you probably ain't been driving out that long. And another thing too, the loads. Doing securement training. You watch my Instagram, get you ready for securement training because you gotta take quizzes and exams and stuff like that, on my Facebook. But look, you gotta also remember, every load you do in securement is they can't prepare you for every load doing securement. Some loads I didn't have it doing securement, so I had to call that hotline. But you will secure it similar to the other loads you do. So I'm trying to think of a load I did. I think it was trailers. We didn't do trailer. We didn't secure trailers doing securement training. But you still use that same linear rules like you do for lumber and pipes. You still use the same linear rules. And it's some stuff you like I said, you ain't gonna do in securement that you gonna get on this road, and you gotta call the hotline. And that's cutting your time. That's cutting your drive time. But you gotta do it because you wanna make sure that load right. You gotta know what time to get out these major cities, man. You know, if you new, you might be staying longer to tarp your load. You might be staying longer to strap down your load. So you gotta think about all this stuff you gotta do. And you might be there for a long time because you trying to figure out, like, you know, you trying to do the straps, trying to throw the straps over, you trying to, you know, use the winch bar to tighten everything up. And you might be you might not be that fast, and that's killing your drive time, killing everything. And then you gotta go tarp the load, you know. And then your load, you might gotta drop that load out the next day, but you ain't got no more drive time to go get back on the road because you run out your drive time. Well, you run out all your time because you trying to strap down the load and you trying to figure it out. You call the hotline, and now you gotta drop it off not that next day, but the after the next day, and that's gonna mess up your miles. You understand what I'm saying? So all this stuff come to play, man. But you ain't gonna get fired for it because you took all day to secure your load. Man, they know. Man, look, I did that so many times. Being new, I didn't make my appointment time sometimes, and the open window I didn't make it because I was not fast starting off. You know, I had to learn it. I had to be quick with the binders, how to be quick with the straps. A lot of people don't talk about it. I'm trying to tell you, your first year, you're gonna make about 65. 65 your first year. I'll say about 65. But you can make more if you stay out long, you know, if you stay out. And everything just all depends, man, like I said, how you move. I told you about traffic. I told you about the securement. I'm trying to think what else that probably can hold you down. If you not trying to run your whole clock out, if you really trying to park early Like my friend, man, he worked with another company. He worked with Jordan, and we both did flatbed at the same time. And this guy used to park early, like early, and I guess he had a bit of endurance up, but man, his check was short because this guy used to want to park the truck early. Like, you gotta run your clock, bro. Like, you gotta run the clock out. Like I just showed you, I still got other loads too. And you gotta run your clock out, man. Don't run it until, you know, you gotta know what, put it like this, you got a trip plan to find out where you're gonna park at. Find 3 parking spots. You look at the first parking spot you looking to park at. If that don't work out, you got the next one, then you got another one. But if you parking early, man, your check is not gonna be nothing. I mean, you get the guaranteed pay, but who really just want $1,100? You want to make more than that. You know, you want to make more than that. All this stuff I'm trying to tell you, man, that come to play. Then when you get, as you get more experience, your pay go up. You know, cent per mile go up. So that first year, you might as well just go ahead and take another chance. I'm trying to be honest with you. That first year, your learning year. Just remember, this is your learning year. After that, you know what you need to do to get this a check. Okay, this is how many miles I need to do to get this check. This will see I need to get out. So if I'm going through Louisville and I know the traffic real bad at 3 o'clock, I need to go hurry up and get this load secure as fast as possible, as safe as possible, so I can go drop this, so I can get out of Louisville, so I can get past Louisville, so I ain't gotta be stuck in traffic. Being stuck in traffic, man, that can kill you too. But sometimes you can do, because people can't drive. They be having accidents and all that stuff, but that's something you can't control. But the other stuff about, make sure you get up on time, make sure you leave it on time, make sure you strapping your load right, make sure it's right, and make sure you know how to use your clock. Know how to use your clock, your people net, which is your time and all that stuff. When you do all that, then keep your PLP up. I'm always tell you how to do it. Max it out, it's like extra pay. No accident. Turn your paperwork in with your bill lane. You take a picture, send that in. Keep your truck washed, and no accident. You know, you increase your PFP, and all these numbers add up. It help you out. But I just had to tell y'all that the realistic number, depending on what division you in, regional, I made 65. Made about 65,000. Dude stayed out a whole year. He made about 90 something. It was 90 something. It was close to 100,000. I remember that. But as you get more experience, you can make more. But that's it, guys. Y'all gotta go ahead and pick up my rest of my load. But if y'all got any question about Maverick Transportation or flatbed question general, I'll be glad to help. Talk to y'all later.